Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you're here, subscribe. My name is Humberto Piña, and this is a series of tutorials for people who want to study the TOEFL preparation course. If you want to study it your own, come here and do it. Or if you're already taking a course, you can always come back and check the lessons that you missed for whatever reason. If you find this useful, please give it a thumbs up so the YouTube algorithm can take us into account whenever they recommend. I invite you to subscribe to make this channel bigger, stronger, and to share this with somebody that you know can benefit from this tutorial. Now, we are still in section 2, the structure and written expression section of the test. We are working with sentences with multiple clauses. Today, we're going to work with skill number 7. Skill number 7, use adverb time and cause connectors correctly. We saw in skill number 6 that we have connectors, coordinators that go in the middle, but we have other types of connectors as well. Sentences with adverb clauses have two basic patterns in English. Look at these examples. Study clauses and connectors in the following sentence. Here, I will sign the check before you leave, or before you leave, comma, I will sign the checks, okay? In each of these examples, there are two clauses. You leave, and I will sign the check. The clause you leave is an adverb time clause because it is introduced with the connector before. In the first example, you can see there, the connector before comes in the middle of the sentence and no comma is used. We have I, subject, will sign check before you leave. Right? In the second example, the connector before comes at the beginning of the sentence. In this pattern, when the connector comes at the beginning of the sentence, a comma is required in the middle of the sentence, right? It can be a subject, verb, and the connector, right? So if the connector is in the middle, no comma is necessary. If the connector is at the beginning, you need a comma to separate this adverb time clause from the main sentence. The following example shows how this sentence pattern could be tested in the structure section of the TOEFL test. For example, was late, I missed the appointment, right? Here you can see we have the verb was, and then the comma, and then we got the subject I and the verb miss, right? So we got verb, subject, verb, right? So here we are missing two things. We're missing a subject and we're missing a connector, right? I is a subject, but it's not a connector because it's not a subject. The train is a subject, but we're missing a connector. So here we have the connector and the subject. In this example, you should recognize easily that there is a verb, was. Then it's a subject. There is also another clause, I missed the appointment. If you choose answer A for answer C, you will have the subject for the verb was, but you will not have a connector to join two clauses. Because you need a connector to join two clauses, answers A and C are incorrect. Answer B is incorrect because there is no subject for the verb was. Answer D is the best answer because there is a subject, he, and for the verb was, and there is a connector, since, to join the two clauses. All right. So here in this chart, we can list some adverb time and cause connectors and the sentence pattern to be used with them. Okay, for time we got after, as soon as, once, when, as, before, since, whenever, as long as, by the time, until, while. Okay, and cause we got as this happens, now that this happened, because this happened, since this happened, and as much as this happened, right? That's the cause. So we have Teresa went inside, subject, verb. It was raining, right? Subject, verb. And we got the other connector, because. Now, this is in the middle, so it doesn't need a comma. Because it was raining, comma, Teresa went inside, okay? So in this type of adverb time and cause connectors, if the connector is the beginning, we're going to separate it from the rest with a comma. If the connector is in the middle, we don't need a comma. Remember, we need a subject, we need a verb, subject, verb for each sentence. They have to be connected with an adverb connector. The adverb connector can be in the middle, can be at the beginning. The difference will be if it's at the beginning, there is a comma in the middle. If there is in the middle, there's no need for a comma. All right. Now, in this sentence, in this exercise, sorry, each of the following sentences contains more than one clause. Underline the subjects once and the verbs twice. Circle the connectors, and then tell me if the sentence is correct or correct. Let me example. Here we have the connector since, right? Since the bank closes in less than an hour, comma, the deposits need to be tallied immediately, right? Everything is fine. The connector is in the beginning, the comma is in the middle, separated two sentences. No problem. Their backgrounds are thoroughly investigated before, right, connector, are admitted to the organization. Notice that we have subject, verb, connector, the connector is in the middle, so there's no need for a comma. But here we're missing a very important part, right? We're missing the subject. That's why this is incorrect. Okay, now this is where you pause the video, try to do the exercise, and then go back to check your answers. You pause it now, and I'll see you when you come back. Okay, now that you're back, we got the citizens are, or are becoming, more and more incensed about traffic accidents whenever the accidents occur at that intersection, right? So we got subject, verb, connector in the middle, there's only for a comma, the citizens, this is fine. The ground had been prepared, right? Subject, verb, comma, the seedlings were planned. Okay, here we have a problem because there is no connector. Okay, so we're missing a connector, that's why this is incorrect. We can start, right? Subject, verb, subject. The conference now that all the participants, now that all the participants have arrived. Okay, so okay, so yeah, this is fine. Subject, verb, connect to the middle, no problem. The building, subject, until connector, the storm windows are installed. Okay, we got the subject, the connector, subject, verb, but here we're missing the verb, right? So that's incorrect because we don't have a verb for the build. Once the address label for the package is typed, right? Subject, verb, can be sent, verb, to the mail room. Okay, so this is incorrect because we're missing a subject there. There's no subject for the verb can be sent. Because there isn't change in word shift, subject was not posted, verb, several subject, several workers missed, verb, their shift. Okay, so the comma is in the middle, the conjunction is the beginning. That is fine. The mother, subject, is going to be quite upset with her son as long he misbehaves so much. My subject, verb, subject, verb. This will be incorrect because it's as long as. Right, is there wrong connector? If we go back to it, says as long as, not as long. And in as much as all the votes, subject, have not yet been counted, verb. The outcome, subject, the election cannot be announced. Okay, now here we have a problem because there is no comma here. We're missing a comma, and that's why this is incorrect as well because we're missing the comma, okay? So this is skill number 7, right? The other clause connectors. And I hope that this helped you, just give you a better idea of how this works. And again, if you want to see more of this, remember we have a series of videos for all the skills. So please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you online. Thank you.